Woman.
You're off on one again, aren't you?
Yeah, what? No, sometimes I get these things in my head, Stan. Hello, why are we... Shut up, Kate. That's a great way to start the podcast, isn't it? Like, why are we waiting? Like,
I mean, you didn't have to engage with it.
I did have to engage with it.
You didn't have to engage with it.
Might as well just take us out.
I did, mate. I did. Welcome to the Tavern podcast.
Hello, everyone.
We are here live. Please do not swear, Glen. Oh my God, Glen is free ball on the mic, guys.
No choice.
Glen is free ball on the mic, right? Guys, we are talking about space, mate. And I think the best way to start space is actually putting a video on.
Is it?
Yeah, mate.
I thought you were going to say, here's Stan Cat with some space facts.
He did look at me.
No, mate, this is just going to give you the idea of this,
Of
right?
space.
If you haven't seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you suck, right? You ready for
Okay,
this?
I haven't seen
The
it.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is a wholly remarkable book.
Covered Glen completely.
The introduction
That's
starts
fine.
like this.
Nice.
Space, it says, is big, really big. You
big?
just won't believe how vastly, hugely, mind-bogglingly big it is. I mean, you may think it's a long way down the street to the chemist, but that's just peanuts to space. Listen. And so on.
There you go, guys. Space is big.
I could have told you that, right?
Really
Is that
big.
all that video
I mean,
was?
I
Is to
could've
say
told-
space is big.
Yeah. But it's a Hitchhiker. I mean,
It's
come on.
very-
It's a
I
Hitchhiker's
haven't
Guide.
seen it,
How
so
have you
very
not seen a
vast.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the
'Cause
Galaxy?
I'm-
Like,
It's such a good film. Was that the old one or the new one?
that's the original from 1970.
Have you read the book?
No,
Oh, no.
I don't
No?
read Glen.
I'd love to. The book's like that thick, isn't it? Like the book
It's
is
not that big.
no,
That's not
the
that
proper Hitchhiker's one is massive, mate.
Okay.
Used to go over
Just
several
get
books, innit?
Amazon to read it to you.
Could do. Maybe I could watch the BBC one that I just showed there, which is the classic
Fair.
one. You know what I mean?
That wasn't
mean-
a good advert for the film, though.
Yeah, space is big, boys.
It's pretty big.
It's pretty big, mate.
Do you know how big, Rob?
Big.
I don't know, mate. I don't think MD knows, right?
Well, we currently don't know if there is a maximum.
We can only see as far as we can detect light, right?
Yeah. So that's
So-
what's referred to as the visible universe, right?
Yeah. So the universe is where the universe expands faster than the speed of light is there. We can't ever see that.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to start with ways, right? But now you've said that, I got a video ready, right? That actually is quite a scary one. We're talking about space and the randomness of it. the
No,
expand-
I will say this is a Rob scary. He,
Oh,
he
okay,
considers
okay.
it scary.
I find this scary. So I'm going to put this on, right? It's got a minute long, right? But it kind of makes you scared of, like, in my head, this is quite scary. I know we
It makes you feel small.
Yeah. Right,
I
listen.
lose sleep over this fact. Okay, can I share this? I don't want to be blamed.
I doubt I could stop you.
I don't want to be blamed if
Do
you
it.
cannot get to sleep tonight.
No, I'll be okay.
Okay, all right. So, this dark energy in the future will render the universe so large, having accelerated so significantly that all the galaxies of the night sky will have accelerated beyond our horizon.
What?
And all the galaxies are the source of our knowledge of cosmology, of the Big Bang. Everything we know about the history of the universe comes to us from these galaxies. If they accelerate beyond our horizon, the next generation of cosmic explorers will only have the stars of the Milky Way to think about. And there would have been an entire chapter of the universe ripped from their view.
That's already happening.
And they will be trying to contemplate an understanding of the universe without a significant part of what its past was. And so I lose sleep wondering, today, was there some previous chapter ripped from the universe itself? And here we are. And here we are.
I've done it often, right? That's the thing that scares me, right? So we think we know what the observable universe that is, or they've got like their estimations of what the observable. But
the
like he said, what if there's massive missing chapters and the universe could be trillions or whatever after comes after trillions of years old? We just wouldn't know because we're accelerating that far away from each other.
Well, I mean, if you're saying trillions of years and you're talking about us, right? Then for the human race to survive trillions of years, I'm sure technology will come a very, very long way. Or we'll blow each other up, progress for a bit, and just go in a cycle of get really advanced,
why does that
blow
scare
ourselves
you?
up, get advanced.
Do you know what scares me? I was saying this to Stan before I came on. I was talking about how we talk about it, right? why it scares me is it just shows you how insignificant you are. And maybe that's just me that thinks it, right? Because literally, we are not even a speck in the terms of things, are we? We quite literally are nothing in this, right? Due to the size and everything of the universe, right? I guess some facts we'll go through, right? Just showing you how stupidly big the universe can be. You've got other things as well, but
you know, the whole how small we are and all that is a very nihilistic point of view. You know, I think it's fascinating that we live in a time where we can view the stars to see what's out there, understand it going on. You know, I think it's very cool.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the thing here. Ever since the Big Bang, most objects in space have been moving away from one another. In fact, the expansion of the universe is actually accelerating. One of the facts about space that has really rocked the cosmological boat over the past few years, as regions of space are whizzing away from one another at an ever-increasing rate, the first population of stars to form the universe are now too far away for us to ever hope of spying them. Even using the best present or future telescope, hope is not lost. We can attempt to spot them indirectly via the energetic bursts of radiation that emit at the end of their lives. And the only way we can see them, assuming what we're looking at is the end of the universe. Like the edge of it. Because something I got told in physics, right, that if the universe is expanding, but it's expanding and it doesn't stop, right, but if it's starting, I think they've observed it's starting to slow down in certain places, right? I remember my physics teacher back in school said, but something kind of like physics says there should be some kind of non-space pushing against the physical space.
Why the nonsense in space?
It did sound like you said that.
Jimmy Savile up there watching Glen, like, but
the thing is, right, if the universe is expanding, right, you know, like if I blew up a balloon inside another balloon, right, it's expanding into something. What the fuck is the universe expanding into?
I don't, mate, Kaif, I don't get it.
Emptiness,
Yeah,
nothingness.
But how
So
can
then, like, you know, why is it expanding?
Physics.
Yeah.
The short answer, reactions and stuff to matter, right?
But then if there's nothingness, right, doesn't that? Why did the universe even begin in the first place?
That's a question as old as time.
we picked this up, and I can't remember you on the last podcast. This is one of the podcasts we talked about it. I can't fathom how something started from nothing.
That's what I mean. There's more.
It's an impossible question. Well, it's not entirely impossible.
If the universe
but
could
it's very hard
have
to
started
answer.
from nothing, then the universe shouldn't have started to begin with. So
Yeah.
the fact that we're here right now
All the chances that we're
means
here
that
is
there's
infinitesimally
probably
small.
something more going on than what we think.
That's why people always talk about when you die, that's it, your worm meat or whatever, blah, blah, blah.
With me.
I just keep thinking to myself, like, I don't believe in God, right? But I do think when you die, there might be potential something else or whatever. Maybe it might not be the afterlife or something, right?
You just wake up from VR.
Yeah, or you could do
You
simulation.
go, oh, fuck.
Round 2, I guess.
But that scares me. The fact that we can't see certain
Why
things.
does this scare you though?
Because I don't know, just because you have, for me, it's how insignificant we are.
It's a bit
right?
of an existential crisis, is what
Just
you're
get
saying.
over your ego, like, why'd you care?
I mean, see, this is, you know, you're scared of your hairline. We all have things we're scared of, right? So I'm just sitting saying, like, this is just one of my fears. Like,
We're
I
all
just,
scared of the hairline, Rob.
I know, I'm just sitting saying we have all these kind of rational things, and to me, it just shows my insignificance in the terms of time. You know, because
But
like,
do you want to be significant? Like,
no, I mean, mate, the thing is, right, it's, I can't even believe that they don't think there'll ever be technology that we can ever go past our galaxy, right? The Milky Way. We could never probably ever bypass the Milky Way, eventually, and just all these civilizations that could have happened or been there or done or just could all be gone now. You know?
Well,
I mean, you know, if we can make it long enough, we'll do it.
Well,
I reckon.
that does lead us into one of the first topics that I'm bringing up, right? The Great Filter.
Right.
You heard of the Great Filter?
No.
I mean, that's a very
Right.
an upsetting one. Well, not necessarily.
Is he jumped into a wild topic?
No.
So
Isn't it- I've
it's a theory around why we potentially don't see other life. Right?
Oh, I
Yep.
think I've heard of this one. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
so
I think
There
know.
are
Yeah.
a few. The Great Filter is one. Dark Forest is another one.
Is intelligent life common or rare in our Milky Way galaxy? If it's common, why haven't we encountered it? While discussing UFOs in a walk to lunch in the year 1950, the physicist Enrico Fermi is famously said to have asked, "But where is everybody?" Science today called that the riddle the Fermi paradox. The Fermi paradox is the discrepancy between the lack of conclusive evidence of advanced extraterrestrial life and apparently high likelihood of its existence. If life is so easy, someone from somewhere must have come calling by now. Now, a new paper by NASA scientists exposed one possible answer to the paradox. That answer may be what's called the Great Filter. Economist Robin Hanson first proposed the Great Filter in the late 1990s, and the idea that even if life forms abundantly in our Milky Way galaxy, each extraterrestrial civilization ultimately faces some barrier to its own survival. The barrier might come from without, for example, an asteroid striking a planet and wiping out all life forms, or it might come from within, for example, all-out nuclear war. Hansen proposed that a great filter might be at work within our Milky Way galaxy. He argued from what we can see on Earth, life expands to fill every niche, and so he argued we should see signs of intelligent life beyond Earth in nearby star systems, perhaps even our own solar system. We don't see this. And I've got a picture of this, right? I'm going to zoom it in a little bit, right? And it shows the great filter in action, right? I can't remember the top 10, but it talks about the civilization types. I think like type 3 is when you start going in, like you build Dyson spheres and stuff like that around suns and that, right? So it shows like at some point your civilization just filters out and you don't get that. That's why we don't see it, because by the time we've evolved, these lives all cease to be. They're gone. So, nuclear war, they might have bloody, for all we know, ascended to a different plane. There's so many different things of why. But Stan had the scary one is like, what if there is something out there that makes people not want to talk? Because there's something.
Then that leads into like the Dark Forest one rather than the Great Filter.
Look, what I think, Rob, is that once we get a Mass Effect relay up and running, we're allowed to join the Intergalactic Council.
Maybe.
But they're not going to make contact with us until we can get the Mass Effect relay working. So NASA gears on that. Boom. Opens many doors. And then I get to fuck alien women with Ebs.
Fucking hell, like.
It's good you got
what
that
was
down
like a
there.
slug though? What if the alien's life's a slug?
If aliens come down to Earth,
Yeah.
that'd be like yeah, Ebs, you can fuck one. Because it's like you'll never get a chance to do that ever in your life. Go for it. Let him put his head tentacles in you.
Super Earth will no longer be a dream. Video gamer says.
Yeah, we'll take the bugs to other planets. How do the bugs get to other planets? It's Super Earth, right? They just transport them, don't they?
It's a conspiracy.
Sorry, that wasn't very democratic of me.
That wasn't.
We're gonna have to have words after
This is why you don't play communists and Helldivers, to be honest with you, I say.
We should be focusing on attainable immortality like lobsters. Isn't a lobster's lifespan defined by when he gets crushed by his own shell?
I don't know enough about lobsters to comment.
So I don't know. Maybe I just heard a myth, but like they're immortal, but they keep growing until like they can't fit in their shell, and that kills them.
They get
So if
too
we give them
slow.
bigger shells, they can keep going.
That's quite.
Yeah, but if you give them a bigger shell, wouldn't that kill them?
If you can find a way to do it, like.
We are a managed democracy, are we though?
When they get too big, they can't move anymore and starve to death. Jesus.
That's a really rough way to go. Your own evolution cucked you.
A lot of humans go that way too. They go so big they can't get to the fridge.
Shit, sorry, I'm just moving. But there's so much, right, you can discuss in space. I've tried to pick so many different things, right? And maybe I've
It's a very
filtered this to
broad
my-
topic. It's very difficult to talk about. You could go for like livable, sustainable planets. You could talk about gas giants. You could talk about the life cycle of stars, black holes, things like that. There's so much.
I think there's a lot of life in the universe, right? There are civilizations absolutely fucking everywhere, but not at the same time.
Yeah.
South Park had the best theory on all this.
Yeah.
What was
They
it?
were all just put on as like a zoo planet and they're observing as like a big brother thing. So basically all the planets watch what happens when you put white people, like Asian people together on a planet and stuff like that, and it's like basically wars will erupt and all this, if you know what I mean.
Wow.
And they've got like the gazelles fight with the zebras and all this, and it's like they're filming it, and then Stan Kyle and all that figure it out, and they're like, oh, we're gonna have to destroy Earth now because, like, you know, you figured it.
Yeah, there's like a zebra planet, there's a fucking dog planet, and it's like, right, we'll take a few from everyone.
Planets
See
should
what
have
happens.
different life forms on it. They should only have the one life form that's just evolved on that planet. It's just proposing. But that has been proposed before, that basically we could be like a zoo, basically for like extraterrestrials to like just come and see how dumb we are and shit like that, right? Just laughing
Yeah,
at
they've
us.
made this barrier and they're going, the observable universe.
Let's run the theory of flat Earth, and they'll just see how it goes when some people take it, like, you know. You know what I mean, Stan? Like, but yeah, but there's stuff like that where you could throw in whatever theories you want, right? But bloody hell, like, you know, we can't, like, the one that freaks me out, and I'm putting this in the topic, is near, like, when you go to near light travel. And I always find it freaky that if we sent Kaif in space to the point of like 99.9% at the speed of light and done like a year rotation around, or like a couple of days, he would come back and 300 years would have passed. We'd all be dead and Kaif wouldn't have aged.
You know, isn't it when astronauts go out that they do technically time travel a little
A
bit?
tiny bit. Yeah. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
That's sick.
That is pretty sick, but
It's like,
do,
I missed like 8 seconds of my daughter's childhood. Ah.
do you ever get the stupid TikTok stories, right? And then you just listen to them. There's this one, it's like, we sent the first human into space to near light travel, and he's coming back, and it's like 200 years later, and they go, we have to send you back out into space again because you became a tourist attraction. We mastered fast and light travel, and what they were doing was they were sending people past him, and he was taking shits and all that, and people were taking pictures because he was basically, it's like you become a tourist attraction, you're never a trillionaire, but we need you to go back out because of massive tourism out of the same technology. And I thought, can you just imagine being the first person to do it, and then basically you're just a tourist attraction, people watch you naked, taking a shit and all that in super slow, like, relative.
That's rough, buddy. That's rough.
It's like, it's fucking class, like, Stan.
Yeah.
I think we'll go into the weirdest one that I've ever want to talk about, right?
No.
We'll talk about black holes in a bit, right? But have we ever heard of a white hole,
Yes.
Yes.
right? And do you ever care of a guess? Stan, you might probably know. I just said what a white hole is like.
Well, I know what one is, but I want you to
also know what it
explain.
is.
What is it, Kaif? What is that?
Isn't it? So black holes are like extremely dense because matter gets sucked into it, but white holes spew it out. And the theory is that black holes spew out from white holes. Is that somewhere along there? Yeah.
Yeah. Star, black hole, gets to the point where it becomes like dense, I think, and starts spewing out. I have got the facts here that Glen will be riveting to hear, like, because I know you much.
There's also the theory that our universe is the other end of a white hole, which is why we're expanding away, yada yada.
Oh, so because the black hole would suck us in, right? But the white hole's chucking us back out, essentially.
Yeah.
What if we're just like repeating time? Like, what if it is just like comes out one black hole and out the white hole, and then just we're living life again? What
See
if
you,
we've lived
see you in a
this-
couple of trillion years then.
Yeah, mate.
No, it's more than a trillion actually.
That is-
little
Trillion
while.
times a trillion. Let's try that.
I got a bit of a spew. You want me to get the scientific version of it? Like, a white hole is a bizarre cosmic object with intense bright in form, which matter gushes rather than disappears. In other words, it's the exact opposite of a black hole. But unlike black holes, there's no consciousness about whether white holes exist or how they'd be formed. They are predicted by Einstein's theory of gravity and are almost often mentioned in the context of wormholes, in which a black hole acts as the entry point to a tunnel through space and time, ending in a white hole somewhere else in the universe. But this is deeply controversial because Einstein's theory predicted the existence of a so-called singularity at the centre of a black hole, a state of infinite gravity which would prevent anything from passing through to the white hole on the other side. However, some theories...
Also, you'd get spaghettified if you were near a black hole.
What if you don't spaghetti?
Well, you would.
You get spaghettified.
You get spaghettified.
But how did they prove that? Like,
Maths.
Because of you can view it. Well, you could not view it, but you can. The event horizon is the last bit of light and things that you can see. You pass that, you're spaghetti.
mate, I always find it weird that even light can't escape it. That's what freaks me out. The light can't escape black holes. You see it again.
But before we completely move on, the white holes are completely just theoretical. There's no proof or anything of it.
The idea is on the opposite side of a black hole. So yeah, I don't know, unless you can
Well, I mean,
extrapolate data out of a black hole by sucking it out faster than the speed of light.
There could be white holes out there. I mean, there was the one black hole that we saw matter get spat back out of a while ago.
Yeah,
it spewed up a bit of the star that had eaten before, which was very weird.
So when you say spewed it, like, did it slingshot out of it, or did it actually just come out the black hole?
I think it just sort of came out. It had eaten it for a while, and then just some of it sort of came back out.
Isn't there like black holes that circle each other as well?
I think there can be.
Because I don't know what happens.
They'll circle each other until they're supermassive black hole.
So on the topic of supermassive black holes, what classifies one is one being is of having 100,000 solar masses. One solar mass is the mass of our sun.
Right.
So that's pretty heavy.
What if what if we're like in a game, right? And the point of the game is that some race that eventually gets, comes to life at some point, has to defeat black holes. You win the game once you defeat them.
I don't know how you'd defeat them.
The TARDIS is powered by a black hole.
Is it?
Yeah. With a sun inside.
But
Just thought I'd let you know that.
It's considered that.
What are you laughing at? What?
The center of universe, galaxies are supermassive black holes. Spiral.
How do you defeat a black hole?
By another black hole.
Knock it out.
Cancels each other out, mate. You get exactly the same size of black hole going against another black hole, they just cancel each other out.
Giant Pac-Man to eat it.
Giant Pac-Man. Or a white hole going next to a black hole. What if a white hole is going to a black hole and you've got spewing in, spewing out? Like, what would happen then? QED?
The world probably just blue screens.
Exactly, mate.
Yeah.
Because the stand stop is supermassive black holes, and I've got a video of how scary these black holes are. Do you want to see the biggest black hole, the size of the biggest black hole, the observable universe called?
Go on, then.
I think it's called TON 616, right?
Black hole size comparison.
This is more just a scale thing.
Yeah, just to show how big this is.
Doesn't this scare you, Rob?
This scares the shit out of me.
Doesn't this scare you, Rob?
Around 1,600 light
Look at the size of that black hole. Yeah, that's a fucking huge black hole. It's bigger than our fucking solar system. It keeps going up.
Black holes can merge and get bigger. A black hole's gravity is
So this is the Milky Way, right?
Not even light can escape it.
The size of that one?
Could contain over 100 million.
The size of that one?
I mean, watch this. Wait, watch this though.
Time slows down near a black hole. Supermassive black holes also give birth to stars.
It's insanely cool, though.
Do black holes give birth to stars?
Yeah, because it spews. I don't know, because it's.
I mean, I don't know enough. I hadn't heard about that one, but I mean, it could stand to reason that there's a chance it could do stuff like that with how much it's pulling in and around.
Do you want to know the fact on TON 616, mate?
Is that the big one you just showed us?
Or was it TON 618? Maybe TON 618. I think it's 618. I fucked up, boys. If this thing gets clipped somehow, it's 618. This monster, appropriately TON 618, weighs roughly 40 billion solar masses. TON 618 is a radius of over 1,000 astronomical units, which means if the black hole was placed in the centre of the solar system, by the time you reach Pluto, you'd be less than 5% of the way from the centre of the black hole to its edge. TON 618 sits about 18.2 billion light years away from Earth in the night sky. It sits in the border between the constellation Canes, oh my god, Venecti and Coma Berenices. Who haven't seen these things like Coma Berenices, right? TON 618 powers a quasar, one of the brightest objects in the entire universe, with the illuminating power of 140 trillion suns. Quasars draw light from the gravitational energy of the central black hole. Material around the black hole falls in, and it does so, it compresses and heats up, releasing an enormous amount of radiation. While individual events like the most powerful supernovas can briefly outshine quasars, this only lasts a few weeks. In contrast, quasars can shine for millions of years. Our quasars are so far away that they'll only appear as a faint spot of visible light. Even the most powerful telescope and astronomers first detect them by their powerful radio emissions.
I mean, the other thing that you can mention is, even if we can spot a star in the night sky, it might not be there anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like when I find it weird that when you're looking at any of the nights, like the stars in the sky, they're basically
You're looking at the past.
Yeah, looking at the past.
Because to put it in more relative terms, the light from the sun takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds to reach us. So you shouldn't, but if you do look at the sun, you're looking at it 8 minutes in the past.
Nice.
I mean, because they say if it blew up, you wouldn't know for 8 minutes, right? Because by the time it hits us,
Well, you would know, but you wouldn't have known.
because it's just blown up and killed us all, like.
Sure, you'd find out at some point if the sun blew up.
Yeah.
I mean, if the sun blew up, you wouldn't know for 8 minutes, but you would see it blow up.
Depends how fast it blows up. Can it go faster than the speed of light?
It can't blow up faster than the speed of light, so you would watch it blow up.
I feel like you'd die.
Yeah, but the like,
I don't know if you died before you'd see it, or if you died.
I don't think gravity is faster than light either, right?
Well, a black hole would tell you different.
Okay.
There are things faster than the speed of light, right? Aren't like tachyons or something maybe faster than the speed of light? Or am I just tripping? Is this a Star Trek thing that I'm getting confused with?
Do you reckon there's particles we haven't discovered yet?
100%.
Maybe someone in chat can help, but I'm unsure of this.
Gravity is the speed of light.
Is dark matter theoretical?
It's a theory.
I thought there was
The
something.
only thing that can talk how gravity exists, right, is black. Is it not?
If the sun would disappear, we would orbit for another 8 minutes.
And then we die.
Then we die.
That's quite nice to know, to be honest with you. Like,
Wouldn't we like
8 minutes to just have a quick shag, like, you know?
wouldn't we like instantly freeze?
Like, blow up the planet? Would blow
I
up,
think
right?
you'd probably get hotter first, because explosions expand.
Yeah, the sun expands.
So we'd get flash fried and then freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the planet would be gone. It'd disintegrate, right?
I don't know if it'd disintegrate, but it would definitely be bad. Anyway. Dark matter's presence is only being noticed by its effect on... Yeah, okay, yeah, so, like, that was it. We haven't observed it, but we've observed a force affecting some, like, stuff in space.
So, Jay, you're talking about the black holes, right? And we got the Milky Way, got Andromeda, right? So, you're saying every galaxy has a black hole?
I think
In
most...
the centre? So, is that
I'm
why
pretty
you
sure, like,
spiral
I think
round?
spiral galaxies.
So,
So
we
there
getting
are,
sucked in just now?
We're orbiting it.
So, why aren't we getting sucked into it?
Why aren't we falling into the sun?
Yeah, no, the black hole.
Because like
No, why? No, that answers your question. Why aren't we falling into the
there's
sun?
a distance with like black holes that once you cross it, now there's no stopping from going into it.
It's how we can put satellites in the orbit of.
I know how
of
orbits
Earth.
work, but I'm trying to say is like,
It's the same thing.
does the black hole get bigger?
But yeah, technically, Stan, since black holes are always expanding, wouldn't we eventually start drifting towards it?
Maybe like, if it happens, it's gonna be a long, long time away.
Oh yeah.
And stars and stuff move away. I wish I had an answer for you. It's very hard to find some of these specific ones.
Black, but that's what I'm trying to say. It's like if you look at the way this is what I don't get. They've got a theory of how our Milky Way looks, right? Because how could they know what the Milky Way looks like, right? It'd be impossible.
You'd have to take a picture from outside,
Yeah.
and that's kind of hard to do.
Fucking hell, I'm fucking sweating thinking about all this. Like,
Why are you sweating?
I feel like if humans can colonize another planet, I don't think human civilization would ever end.
I think we're like rats. We'll find a way. Cockroaches. We'll
Like
find a way.
once we're no longer confined to a planet, like we spreading.
Oh yeah.
what you didn't put that on me for, like? We spreading, boys. The other one I was gonna talk. We talk about galaxies, right? So I'm going to bring up the next one, right? I don't jump from top to top, but there's just so much to talk about I want to try to cover, right?
The space as a topic is vast.
So
Like space.
I'm trying to bring where I put it at the moment.
You're talking about the
the Andromeda
There you
and
go.
Milky Way collision. Right, so this is an image of what it potentially looks like when our two galaxies collide with each other to form a new galaxy, right? Then, in about 4 billion years, our home galaxy will merge with the nearest large spiral in the local group. Here's what will happen.
just a couple of weeks.
What will happen to my property value though?
Yeah, I'm honestly 4 billion years. I'm alright. Like,
It
Yeah,
should be
mate,
alright.
you never know, we may get more
I'm just worried, like, what if we don't like the neighbors?
Well, I mean, they'll move away eventually.
It's like the Andromeda Galaxy is approaching the Milky Way at nearly 250,000 miles per hour. It's the closest major galaxy to our Milky Way, and it's the most distant thing you can see with the naked eye at 2.5 million light years away. Absolutely chaos will begin as the two galaxies approach each other, eventually becoming Milkomedia. That's what they're going to call it. Milkomedia.
Milkomeda.
Is that how you say it?
Well, if it's called
Milkomedia?
Andromeda.
Mil-
Yeah, Milkomeda.
okay,
That sounds less
Milkomeda, right?
stupid than what Rob was
Yeah.
saying.
Everything will look like a massive pinball game with huge rocks, with huge amount of rocks, dust, asteroid, planets, and stars being thrown in any direction. Such collisions are relatively common considering galaxies' long lifespans. According to simulations, the remnants will look like a giant ecliptic galaxy, which is a blob-like galaxy without discernible spiral arms or an internal structure.
in 4 billion years, we might have the technology to like strap wings to our Milky Way and fly away a bit faster. You know.
Glenn.
Mate, in 4 billion years, I'm gonna have to like galaxy smash proof my house. You know what I mean?
I mean, the thing is that
Will the Earth last 4 billion
You're
years?
not-
That's the question.
you're not gonna hit anything. The chances of any planets or stars hitting each other is infinitesimally small. What will happen is we'll probably freeze.
Oh, Jill Stan.
Look, Stan, if the human race makes it 4 billion years, there will be a way of surviving all of this shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Global warming.
The Stargate, mate.
I
We'll
forget
sort it
how
out.
long our sun's supposed to got left in it.
Nobody really knows that, do they?
They have
They'll chuck
estimates.
extra fuel in it by the time that comes.
No, you do that, it go bigger. It'll burn us.
Yeah,
Don't want
be
that.
good.
No.
They'll control the temperature. Put a thermostat
Yeah,
on
they'll
it.
just pump some hydrogen into it.
What I don't get is why don't we just blast our rubbish into the sunlight?
Do you know how expensive that would be?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, have you ever seen that Futurama episode? You just get a big ball of rubbish the size of a moon, strap a rocket to it and just send it to the...
That's a brilliant idea.
Kind of what like the UK do now, but they just like blast it to other countries.
Rob,
right? It's cheaper.
Rob, it costs a lot.
Well, by the way, the other thing is nuclear waste. Why don't we just strap it to a rocket and send it into space?
Because it costs a lot of money
it
and
lost
it's
a lot
not
of
worth it.
Okay, but like to make it worth it, right? You collect all the rubbish as much as you can.
You need so much rocket fuel.
Yeah.
The amount that they bring on spaceships to begin with to go up.
Trump said Mexico will pay for it.
No, the other thing is the fact that Musk has made a rocket land again saves millions and millions, not hundreds of millions.
Yeah,
of
but he's not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna send rubbish to space.
Now, did Musk
Mate, he
make it?
sent a car into space, Kaif, mate. He sent a bloody Tesla into space, and it's floating up there right now. Like, you don't want to send rubbish into space, mate.
He already did, I guess. But like, he's not gonna do it for the good of anyone. He's gonna be like, oh, I want some money.
He also said
hopefully
that
people think
China
I'm
couldn't
sexy now.
replicate the technology, and China is replicating their technology, and Tesla's having a bad time.
What, are you buying a Chinese car then?
No.
Oh, okay, it's fantastic. You know, I don't know, but yeah, I just feel like I don't know, because it always kind of whacks me out when they talk about space travel, right? And then they go, I don't even know why we want to go to Mars.
Okay, I was about this, Stan,
Proof of
right?
concept. Yeah.
We take a bunch of rubbish on space flights, then we fire missiles at the sun, and the missiles are filled with rubbish.
The problem still lands with that if you add a few, kilograms of trash, that's a lot more fuel you'll need to put it into space.
Yeah, but
I
like,
don't think the cost
our
outweighs.
space is more important.
How about we just, stop throwing away trash where it shouldn't be. You know, I mean, recycle.
What do you mean
and
trash?
do
You shouldn't
that.
be.
Stand like companies are always
Think about the turtles.
companies are always making like cans, bottles, fucking gadgets and stuff for everyone to buy. Like the rubbish is piling up.
Wait, Hotswitch, how would it be an incredible energy? Because once you're in space, like there's nothing that'll stop it when it starts moving, right?
Yeah, I mean, even if you send trash towards the sun at 5 miles an hour, it'd be fine, right?
Yeah,
It's the getting it into space that's the hard part.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I know exactly what we can use. A space lift.
And if we sent trash towards the sun, would that feed the sun?
Probably just bump it.
Like minutely, it probably wouldn't even make it to the sun.
But it did.
Like I think it burns up before it even gets close.
That's not true though. Invincible survived in the sun.
What's the next topic?
I'm just saying, Invincible survived in the sun. Explain that, Stan.
You think that
How
was
can
Why are we gonna
Superman-
live on
how-
Mars?
What?
Why are we gonna live on Mars?
Yeah, why are, I don't. I've said this before. Right, I've not looked into this one. I didn't research this, but I still don't understand the logic of getting to Mars. There's nothing on it.
I think it's a proof of concept, a little bit.
For what?
I don't know.
So why do people want to terraform Mars over terraforming the moon?
There's actual resources on Mars.
There's no resources on the moon?
Cheese.
It's rocks. Lot of rock. I don't think they found anything of interest on the moon. Like for instance, they found ice on Mars.
That was
They
always
found
the
ice
thing
in the
they
moon?
talk about is that Mars has the highest chance of like water, right? Of
Yeah.
sustaining life.
I see.
There's
least
also
that's
no
why I always
there's
hear
also no
about Mars.
atmosphere on the moon.
Could you make an atmosphere on a planet?
You would require a lot.
Have you not seen Total Recall, mate?
Like what?
It's a good
You
film.
gotta put like a lot of like water and make the like evaporate the water, doesn't it? Is it?
Ew.
Well,
Air escaped their ass.
Oh,
She's adding to the atmosphere.
send the exactly. Send it. My God, the roach film. Send the roaches into space.
Don't
exactly.
send the roaches into space.
have you seen
For
Total Recall,
democracy-
Stan?
Hmm?
Have you seen Total Recall?
It rings a bell.
The original one.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It rings a bell, but I can't.
They predicted what the future was going to be because they had game shows where people killed themselves to get money. And we're already getting close to it, but they're definitely going to have people try to win money with the potential chance of killing themselves in the next 20 years.
So Squid Game, but real.
Yes.
I love the film Don't Look Up, where the billionaires survived the Earth blown up from a meteor by going into space to another planet. And when they got there, the local alien wildlife just ate them all.
Nice. That's what they get, right?
Yeah. Have you seen Don't Look Up?
No.
Such a funny film. It's so fucking funny.
Although what I will say, right, what I do find cool about not going to Mars but in our own solar system, I like this concept of asteroid mining.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I just can't fathom that you could go to an asteroid that's got more of the material of a certain thing on an entire asteroid than it would on all the Earth. You
Hell
know?
yeah.
I mean, the it's very hard to.
They've landed on an asteroid and came back though.
Yeah, I mean, there's a proof of concept, right? But other than that, it's finding the asteroid, having the materials to get up there, and then being able to bring the materials back.
Yeah, but they brought some rocks back, mate.
Okay, but like,
They'll do it eventually.
but bringing back a couple of rocks is easier than bringing back enough material that you can use in mass production.
But what if it's like really precious to us? Like I don't know, like I know those materials that are really slim on Earth, like you know that it might be an asteroid, you know, because the other thing is talking about they might stick a rope around it and try to bring it to like ropes, but you know what I mean, like I don't know, they try to wrap a rocket around it and try to bring it back.
Pop to B&Q before they go.
Because a extinction event.
Well, that's what I don't get. That's what I don't get. Why would you want to mess with bringing an asteroid potentially closer to Earth?
Money.
Yeah, but
That's the only reason why they'd look into it, is if it's worth getting the metals from there and then they become super rich.
True, mate.
It's a driver for a lot of innovation and stuff, isn't it?
Mate, nothing wrong with cowboy roping an asteroid. Can you imagine how cool that would look, right? You're going, yee-boo, and you throw it out, grab the asteroid, and you whip it back.
Remy.
You can't tell me that wouldn't be cool.
Be cool if we went to the moon again.
I'm going to give you one random fact before we move on to the next one, because I thought this was fucking cool.
Right.
Listen to this one. 1 tablespoon of neutron star weighs the same as the human population. A neutron star density is mind-boggling. These stars are compressed almost entirely of neutrons packed together in a tiny radius. Just a teaspoon of this material would weigh over 1 trillion kilograms, more than the weight of the entire human population, which reaches a few hundred billion kilograms. To make something as dense as a neutron star, the whole of humanity would need to be crammed into the space size of a sugar cube. I think that's weird to me, how something so small could weigh so much.
To be so dense.
Yeah.
Space is cool.
But I don't get, how do they know this? Like, how do they physically know this if they can't do anything?
Science.
But science is natural philosophy, isn't it, right? So that might, what their theory is then could be completely wrong.
I was
right?
like, actually, science is just philosophy.
Natural
so
philosophy.
I don't know what it's called.
Don't listen to science, boys. They only think they're right. It's just philosophy.
They don't have like a lot to back it up. It's they just think it's that way. Oh, you are happy, huh?
Yes, natural philosophy is the study of physics. I was sitting there like, what are you guys talking about? That's what it literally is.
He's trying to disprove science.
Yeah, but it sounded like you were basically saying science is crap.
Mate,
So what do they?
yeah,
do?
but couldn't what 100 odd years ago, whatever it was, we couldn't go faster than the speed of sound. It's scientifically impossible. So to sit and say that what I'm sitting and saying is wrong, right? I think whatever could be proven could be disproven, right? They said something couldn't be faster than the speed of light, and I think they're really starting proving things faster than the speed of light, because all quite scientific theory, like.
What would it sound like to go faster than the speed of sound?
What does it sound like?
Like
Like
if
as
you-
you're traveling.
If you're traveling faster than the speed of sound.
I believe you still hear things normally. It's more of like everything else coming off of you, like it's like where you get like the Doppler effect and whatnot. The Doppler effect being like how you can hear like
there is no sound in space.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's that is true, but the Doppler effect being like how you can hear like a motorbike coming before you see it, right?
Right.
And then he goes like, "Meow." That's the sort of.
But that's what I'm trying to say. That's why they call it natural philosophy, innit? Because anything they can prove might be disproven with some new technology or some new scientific fact that comes out. That's why it's always ever changing with the way we look at it over all the centuries of how much we progressed, right?
I mean, yeah, we're always advancing, and and a lot recently we've advanced a lot more. You can look at medical science. There's a big one for that. Same happens with space and things like that. Our concept and things are always changing. I mean, we have the big what was it, the hard-on collider or whatever,
The hard-on collider.
No, that ended our reality in 2012. We moved into the new reality, mate, when they switched it on.
So I mean, that was a big thing,
Me and Glenn spoke about this, but in my childhood, I completely misremember 9/11.
Yeah.
I thought I was in a completely different place. That I was like, oh yeah, I was in year 7. The teacher was like, oh my god, this just happened. And Glenn was like, you weren't in year 7, you were in year 5. And I was like,
He even remembered that he was like, no, I was in geography.
I was in
this
geography.
part of the school. Or like, no, you weren't.
so that's what I'm saying. They did the Hadron
That's what
Collider.
happened, yeah.
Our histories are different.
The black hole
You mean the
changed
hard-on
everything.
collider?
Yeah, 9/11 happened in 2003 in my universe.
Mate, do you know how when you do go down the Mandela effect about all this crap about they could have done it right?
Yeah.
The one thing that does freak me out is I in my head remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison. That's it, I think, kind of freaking me out.
Oh, you
When-
were there, yeah.
What?
You were
No,
there.
I remember being on the news and stuff when I was a kid.
I
Like,
remember him dying.
in my head, I remember it being on the news. That's why, obviously, there's the whole now the Mandela effect, right? Because so many people misremember it. But in my head, I remember. I remember where I was in 9/11. I remember being in school in history when it was happening. And they brought a TV in to show like the news and all that. 'Cause it was such a massive event.
I was like almost 2.
You know.
Same with us. Roll the TV into the classroom.
Yeah, on the wheels with a little VCR.
The old like electron gun TVs.
Oh mate.
And then they just showed us because it was towards the end of school. And then we went home and like all the parents were like, you could hear everyone talking about it in the yard. Like, oh my God, we've seen what's on the news and all that.
Do you remember those TVs? Do you remember those TVs and you used to walk into school in your class? You seen, you're like, yes, we're having the videotape today in the classroom. The old VCRs, like with the tapes
Yeah.
that
Mate, I
the
would
teachers
literally-
recorded it. Like,
I would try to sneak sleep in. So I would have my bag on my desk. Obviously, I wasn't allowed to cover it on my face. But I'd slowly slump it in my hand so you couldn't see my eyes behind my bag.
so good. Like,
We were banned from watching anything.
why?
In school.
Yeah.
Why?
I was a bunch of miscreants. People would misbehave. People would throw chairs, mate.
So you never watched anything in school?
What school did you go to?
We watched some things, right?
Not everyone went to Eton, mate.
we were able to watch some things, but there was a lot where they just sort of stopped, and they were just like, no, we can't do that. Even when we had finished all of our studying for like the year, and the teacher, and everything was winding down, they're like, no, we just can't. I'm like,
In primary school, you didn't watch the TV at
I
all.
don't think we even had TV in primary school.
I don't believe
Mate,
that.
we had a projector, which
I
was
don't
for
believe that your
PowerPoints.
primary school didn't have a TV.
No.
Did your TV have laptops? We come in with like a wheelie and everyone had got a
we
laptop out.
eventually got laptops towards the very end.
I'll always remember in school, this one kid was like, oh, this fucking line on my screen's pissing me off. So he's like, oh, just squeeze it and just burst the screen.
Nice.
And he was like, oh, it wasn't me.
No, we weren't
Right.
too privileged
Go to
to
bed.
put that stuff.
to bed.
Mate, nah, I don't buy that your school didn't have a TV.
Well, they might have, but they never wheeled it out.
I don't believe. I
Nah,
don't
don't
buy
believe
that.
it.
I don't buy that, Stan. Do you want to talk about something different, boys?
Go on then.
Right. I'm gonna bring in wormholes. I found this woman talking about wormholes. I find wormholes fascinating, right?
What's a wormhole?
Well, the woman's going to explain it, Stan. All
Why
right.
can't you explain it, Rob?
He doesn't know.
It's not even that. I can't actually find the video of them talking about the wormhole. Mate, I think I've got a picture though, right? I don't, mate. What's happened to my wormhole? This is your fault.
There's a white hole.
I know there's not a wormhole, mate. Let me see if I can get this up, right? You, Stan, talk about a fact quickly.
Is it the
Oh,
Go on.
so the other day we were in VC and we asked about dwarf planets. Pluto. We can.
So you
consider
got
Pluto.
cancelled, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, if you were to hazard a guess, how many dwarf planets do we have in our solar system?
We only have little planets, Dan.
How many little planets do we have in our solar system?
We have one, is Pluto.
You want to make a guess, Glenn?
It's a lot.
How many's a lot?
I have no idea.
Go on, make a guess.
Well, my guess doesn't mean anything.
Is it like hundreds?
5.
Oh.
It's not that many.
They should have just added the planets. That would have been fun.
Mate, they got some weird names.
So-
I would read them off for you, but I've forgotten them.
Why is Pluto not a planet?
It's by its size. It's just the.
They
too
basically
small.
went, if we keep Pluto as a planet, these new ones we find, we also have to call them a planet. So instead of calling those a planet, we'll just stop Pluto
They
being
just
a planet.
excluded them.
So,
yeah.
like, you say it's small, how big is it?
I think it's smaller than some moons.
But that's still bigger than countries, right?
Yeah, it's bigger than countries, right? Someone in chat might have a better idea.
And
of it.
it orbits the sun, right?
It does orbit the sun. All the planets.
Now,
orbit
what
the sun.
exactly I did here was I took a piece of
Oh, sorry, that was the wrong button.
Oh god, I know what their fucking wormhole thing's gonna be.
Yeah,
What?
what I've seen is just the paper
It's the
folded
folding
over.
paper
All right,
thing.
do you want to? I'm going to put the video on. Fuck you all. Fuck you all.
So you
know?
fold a piece of paper, you grab a
Yeah.
pencil, and you go wham.
Yeah, wormhole.
Stan, can't
Wormhole.
So you guys just ruin it.
You could have explained that.
Yeah,
I could have, but I thought the videos are cool. But that's fine. I will explain it, Stan. All right.
If we had paper, we could do it here right now.
Do you know
Yeah.
what, Stan? Go get paper.
We don't have any
We've
paper.
got paper everywhere. I can
We do
find
not
paper.
have.
There's
You-
an island of garbage the size of Texas.
use the Wagamama's bag,
No,
rip
no,
something
no,
off it.
no.
Would you not be able to see that on...
We do have,
Satellite.
We do have an island of garbage.
Yeah, but like, wouldn't you be able to see that on satellite? Like, surely you can? Is it in the Pacific? Is it on the other side of the world? I want to see it. We should colonize it.
A
Stan's
wormhole,
about to show
yeah,
you.
he's about to show. I'll read it. A wormhole is thought to be essentially a tunnel from one place in space to another. When you have a massive object in space-time, it basically creates a curvature of the space-time in the nearby region. As you get more and more space, we expect that the curvature becomes more and more extreme. We think such objects occur in the universe, and that's what we call a black hole, where light cannot escape due to its extreme curvature of space-time. Right? Stan is going to demonstrate how a wormhole works, like, to us right now, live on the Salt Raiders channel. Like.
Okay, so
Come back a bit, Stan.
you got 2 points in space, right? Now, you got 2 points in space. Now, wormholes posit that you can simply go from one of these spaces to the other, just like. I can't fold it. Just like, I'm gonna hurt my hand probably. I dropped it.
Yeah, just like that. You don't know where you're going to come out, by the way. You don't know where you're going to come out.
Right through. Like that.
Because you fold space-time, mate.
So, you have to fold the universe.
Physics, mate. It's physically possible.
And that doesn't affect anything around you.
We don't know. Nobody, because it could compress time, right? Is one of the theories as well. You could, like a wormhole could compress time, and
Well, another theory is that it could kill you.
yeah, because it's a wormhole, mate.
Yeah, but so can driving a fast car.
It's true.
Why did I hear that?
So it's weird that you can always hear it.
I pulled that right out.
Oh man, that was so weird. I could hear that in my ears. It was fucking up now, like. But
Come on then, Remy. Happy come.
can you just imagine being the first guy to go to Mars, right? And they go, "Oh, I need you to take a left turn quickly, right?" And then bang you through a wormhole, and you're in like the Andromeda galaxy.
What do
where
wormholes look like?
nobody knows. You've never seen one. All I can tell you is, I just watched Star Trek Deep Space Nine. I know they're just going to randomly open up, mate. I know people living inside them.
Okay.
We'll go
Rob.
from the Alpha Quadrant to the Beta Quadrant, or whatever it is. Like,
If aliens come to Earth, would you fuck them?
what if they're not compatible, Kaif, mate? What if there's only one?
Rob.
Yeah.
If you could press your tits together and fuck it, I'm sure you can find compatibility.
What if they're slimy? I suppose that's extra
better.
isn't it?
I'm
What
learning
if,
things
what if
today.
they've got 8 titties? Would be a good one.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I'm just saying that'd be amazing.
Like cows?
Right, I'm not talking about fucking a cow, Stan. Like, that's your fantasy, mate.
Cows don't have
You-
8 tits, they have udders.
Yeah, but the udders are titties.
Are they?
Yeah,
Titty
milk,
tit.
milk comes from it.
It's a big sack.
Yeah, but like you got the udder.
If anything, it's
You
a
know-
tit with 4 nipples.
How many? I could have sworn they had more than 4.
Don't cats have 8 nipples?
I mean, cats have 6.
Or if
Why are we
their
talking
skin-
nipples all of a sudden? Like,
If the skin's
You didn't
secret
answer Kaif's
toxins.
question.
I thought I had fucking. I'm married. Like, I'm loyal to my wife. Like,
Okay, but what if?
I said, I was like,
Kate, would you give me a pass to fucking alien if it came down?
I mean, she has said milk them alien titties. So
Now she's saying ha ha ha. She's saying milk them. She was talking about you, Daddy Stan. She said at one
I
point.
don't think that's.
you're like, Rob's like, Kate, can I have a pass to fucking alien? And Kate's like, wait, he's already in me.
Does look like an alien down there before. Like. There's more folds and
Would you
flaps.
give
of
Kate a
vaginas,
pass
like,
since you asked her the question?
too many flappies? What?
Would you give Kate a pass since you asked the question?
Pff, no.
What?
What?
Well, then your answer is a no as well. I don't
It's
know.
like, if aliens came down, it's like a once in a lifetime opportunity, right? Go for it.
But what if the aliens stuck around?
I don't think
ask.
the once in a lifetime opportunity works.
Why?
Like, just imagine there's a guy who's like, oh, I'm going to die tomorrow. Can I bang your girlfriend?
No, like, it's aliens.
Yeah, but what if you've never
We
experienced like
thought-
a threesome and you go, oh, do you know what? Can I do a threesome? 'Cause I've never experienced it. It's a one-time thing.
No, I mean, like, we think that aliens probably don't exist or do exist, etc., etc.
Okay, so they turn up. You're like, once in a lifetime opportunity. They
Yeah.
bang your girlfriend. Then it turns out they like Earth and they stay.
For the
And then it's not once. Then they just carry on
Yeah,
banging
and
your
then,
girlfriend.
I'd be like, well, you can't stay in my house.
You at least give them breakfast there, right?
Yeah, maybe, probably.
I don't know what to say. Like,
Why is this the one that stumps you?
Yeah, I honestly
Like
thought
out of
you'd
every
be down.
question, like yeah.
You're into all like
Probably not
this
even
weird shit.
compatible, right?
Yeah, but like,
Well, okay, compatibility out the window, right? You're compatible. Now what?
It's up to Kate, innit?
Well, considering you say she can't have a go, I can't imagine your likelihood is high.
I think she'd let me have a go.
Even if you said no. Look, Rob, I've learned a lot today, and I'm feeling that you're harsh in the vibe.
How? Would you fuck an alien?
Depend on the alien.
You know you fucked somebody yet either. You're a virgin, like. How can you go fucking alien? Can you imagine your first... Your... What?
Case response.
you've never asked permission before, you nonce.
Oh, when I say that word, right, oh, fucking hell, Rob, you've voided the void, right? And I'm sitting there. She says, everybody laughs, like.
I don't think either are good.
What?
Yeah, but Stan, what if you had alien pussy before you had real pussy?
Being
Are you saying aliens aren't like real? If aliens are real, then
Until
it
they're
is real.
proven real, they're not real, are they?
Yeah, but if Stan's gonna have sex with one, they have to be real, right?
Maybe, but he said it, maybe.
What's the alien impregnates you though?
Like a seahorse.
Yeah, skip plan B. I'll just pee the alien out.
If you didn't know, it's the male seahorse that gets pregnant.
Yeah.
That still makes no sense, it.
What do you? It's biology.
I know it's me. I said it's weird, isn't it? I'm just trying to say, Stan, mate. You can't have alien pussy before you have human pussy, like.
It's very close-minded of you,
How is it close-minded to be like?
boys.
What if the alien pussy's so good you don't want to ever have like normal pussy, like?
Then
you
continue
just-
with the alien pussy.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
What if it's so good, right? And then the aliens leave and Stan can't replicate it. He goes in a deep spiral depression.
But
'Cause
that
he
doesn't
can't
make
get
any. But
alien
that doesn't make
pussy
any
again.
sense, right? That's like someone offers you something really good, but you can only do it once. and
So
you're
that
like,
Rick and Morty episode
you're like,
where
oh, if I can
Stan's
only
on
do
the
it once, I'd rather
perfectly
not do it.
flat bit, mate, and he can't get out his head.
Look, Rob, you know, how sad would it be that if aliens came to Earth and you're like, I must stay faithful to my wife, and you live and die never knowing what an alien pussy feels like? So you let your partner have a go, and they'd be like,
But that could go in anything. Okay, I've never fucking slept with a guy. Can I go sleep with a guy?
see what Kate says.
No, I wouldn't want to sleep with a guy. Like,
Well, why ask?
the thought of a hairy arsehole just doesn't do it for me.
It
Like.
doesn't have to be hairy.
Right. Well, I mean, you've seen the Nair video, mate, so it doesn't have to be hairy.
Oh,
This is my butthole
Trev's
before Nair.
waited.
see, I knew somebody was going to fucking say that.
Well, it was Kate who said it.
Dref, man.
Ah,
Dref's waiting. Like, he doesn't deserve mad penis. Like, get him to shave. The other thing I could show us, right, if you want, is the biggest sun there is, mate.
Go for it.
You want to see the biggest sun, mate? Yeah, let's fucking. Okay, that's mate. Bang! We put this image up.
Can you move it up a bit? I can't see it.
which
Bit
one's
more.
our son?
Our sun's not even there, mate. These are some of the biggest suns in the observable universe, right?
So how do I put it to scale if
Yeah,
I don't
you
know
need to
where
put
our
it-
sun is?
Where's the banana for scale?
Imagine there's like a tiny little speck, Kaif, and I'm talking about the tiniest, like a grain of sand down there, mate.
Oh.
What about compared to a football? Something we know the size of.
So
Alright, where's the banana?
that's like insane size.
Isn't Beetlejuice, right, the one that's going to explode soon? Well, it explode quite.
I thought you were on about Beetlejuice, the film then.
But is this big? I could be wrong. Because they're saying that blows up, that could have massive effects on us because they don't know what kind of radiation it's going to spew out or something.
Bad kind.
Yeah, the bad kind that could reach us.
He'll just wake up with 3 arms the next day, like.
Could be, mate.
I
He
think-
could be.
I don't know. It would be quite a feat to affect us. Stars are not very close to us at all.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, something about if Beetlejuice blows, but it would be visible in the night sky first of all for like 5 days, wouldn't it? Like, wouldn't it say it says day for like 5 days? It would be that bright.
Yeah, but it would be visible in the sky for 5 minutes.
No,
So
5 days.
5 days.
Yeah.
But many days later.
But as far as like relatively we can see, Let's just hope our sun protects us. Yeah. Get behind it.
It's gone darker over time. We have no idea if
trying to
anything will
figure
happen.
out the.
Is that just it not like going away?
It's winding down.
So
It's going to
sun's
bed.
getting real low, buddy.
Yeah.
So that sun that I showed you is called UY Scutty, one of the biggest known stars. You could fit 5 billion of our suns into it.
It's a big star.
Compared to the rest of our solar system, even closer, Jupiter, our sun is pretty big.
Do
But it's
you-
nothing compared to the biggest star we know of, the red hypergiant stars that would positively dwarf our sun.
Do you have the size of our sun?
What, in that picture?
No, I mean like
Diameter or something.
like relatively, like how many, like for instance, how many Earths could you put into it? Because that can help you give you a bit more.
5 billion times how many of our Earths go into our sun?
But calculators revealed that if UA Scutty was to replace our sun, its outer edge would sit beyond the orbit of Jupiter. 5 billion suns, 7 trillion Jupiters, or 7 quadrillion Earths would fit inside. 7 quadrillion Earths would fit inside UY Scutty.
Quick, Rob, how many zeros does a quadrillion have?
15.
You don't know the answer, do you?
1, 10, 100,000, 10,000, 100,000, million, 10 million, 100 million, billion.
Can we close here, by the way?
10 billion, 100 billion, trillion, 10 trillion, 100 trillion, quadrillion, 16.
Oh, come on! I must get props for that. That was a good fucking guess off the top of my head.
Yeah, not bad.
You didn't expect that. You didn't even know the answer, you prick.
I thought it was a good guess, Rob.
I think a good rule of thumb is it would be a multiple of 3 plus 1.
You can figure that out straight off within 2 minutes. I got that in 10 seconds, mate.
Jump up here.
You made a guess.
No.
Oh my God.
I actually knew like a million was
Then-
whatever it was, right? It was like 6 fucking zeros after a million, innit? Like, so I was like, well, go up again, again. I had a good guess, mate. So no, I'll take that one, Stan, mate.
Yeah, you can have
I
that.
did it faster than you.
Do you know cosmic rays hit like our equipment all the time?
Yeah.
Changing from zeros to ones. And it's how somebody did a Mario speedrun the fastest.
Yeah, I seen this, like, because it hit a certain bit, and it said it couldn't be replicated again.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
It's insane, isn't it?
That's cool.
But it does have weird effects, like that time Sam fingered Gary's arsehole. That
Yeah.
could have been a cosmic ray, right? Went right into Gary's arsehole, right?
Yeah.
Could be a cosmic ray.
I'd have to defer this to them.
He
at
poked a
some point.
cosmic ray into his ass and
Somebody
gave him
said
the shits.
somebody said quadrillion is 15 zeros.
Where'd you get the +1 from, Stan?
Because you start with the number 1. 1,000 has 3 zeros.
So that's 3.
Shit, it is 15.
That video gamer, mate, you know what I mean? You know? If anyone wants to drop me a quadrillion fucking subs, like, I'll fucking take it, like.
My bad. Maths was my best subject. You don't do
It wasn't no, I had a relative in my head that a million had 6 zeros after it, and I just estimated after that. So I knew it'd be in my head between 13 and 16. That's what my head was thinking. I was like, I'll just go roughly in between where I think to the top end, and went 15. You just used a bit of logic, right? I couldn't know that off the top of my head. That was a good guess. Like. Even Stan couldn't get it when counting it, like.
You shouldn't trust me with that.
I know I shouldn't trust you, Stan, mate.
There's some things I can do.
But I just can't fathom how many Earths can fit inside a sun like that.
How many U's could fit inside a sun?
How many what?
U's could fit inside a sun.
U's?
U's.
I
You
don't
could
know.
fit the whole Rob in it.
You could fit a whole Rob in it. How many suns could you fit inside
His
a
arm
Rob?
might stick out like.
Ooh, I don't know how many people.
I don't know.
Oh!
No. I mean, you could fit some suns inside a Rob.
If the sun turned into a black hole,
Mm-hmm.
how big would it be?
Be small.
It'd be like the size of a pea.
Our sun is on the trajectory to turn into a white dwarf.
Okay.
I believe. So, stars have different life cycles, and depending on their mass, they will go down one of 2 routes. I think it's a white dwarf. Is it? No, black dwarf. Is it black dwarf?
But if you turn the sun into a black hole,
Yeah.
like how big would it be? A football?
Well, they're not dense. When I go tiny, yeah, because it's dense. It goes
Which should be smaller.
tiny.
Very small.
If a black hole the size of a football was in this room, would it absolutely decimate us?
Gone.
That was
What
the
about the
whole
size
thing
of a
with
pea?
the hard-on collider that Stan was on about, right?
Oh yeah, the micro black hole.
They thought it was going to make mini black holes and suck everything in.
Not even mini or micro. It was maybe
Yeah.
micro black holes that was going to kill us all. It's quite scary. You're talking about the size of a football, right? And the Earth would be gone. Like, fucking gravitational pull is just crazy. Like,
That's pretty
How
sad.
small would a black hole have to be for it to just float near us?
I don't think
a
I
micron.
don't think you'd be able to have it float near you. It would. You wouldn't see it with the naked eye. I think. It's so dense and so small.
It would need to be the size of a tip of a needle to even begin to lower the damage count in the solar system.
Agros, how would you know that? There's a black hole with a 3 kilometer radius, but how would people fucking figure this shit out? Like,
Science. Sorry, natural
Philosophy.
philosophy.
thank you, Stan. See, I've taught you something today, but you guys know it was called natural philosophy, like, you know?
I've been taught a lot over the last couple of days,
Exactly, Stan. I mean.
but a lot of them tend to be in your shenanigans. So I mean,
What we learned the last couple of days is
No.
the fortress in fucking Minecraft can spawn inside the fucking netherrack, like, piece of shit.
So you're telling me, right? A black hole the size of the tip of a pin of a needle probably just swallow the Earth.
Yeah.
God damn. And then how big would it be?
not much bigger. we a light snack.
Damn.
Look at that.
Like,
Mate, they eat stars.
I have no idea where this Gorilla Grip keyboard thing's come from.
It's from WoW, probably. When you did the whole thumb thing.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You should have chat. You should have
When
saw
you
him setting
raided
up
and you
stream
told everyone
earlier.
that you play with the keyboard with your thumb.
Because you're a
Play
monkey.
the keyboard less, mate.
Yeah, I know. I know you do.
Well, either you're lying to us right now or you're lying to them right now.
He was
Who
lying
knows,
then.
mate? Who knows? You'll never know now. Maybe I've
Have
learned
you,
how to do that.
mate,
Maybe I've learned how to
many
do
times
that.
have you seen him use a keyboard? You've never seen him do that before.
I don't look at his hands. I don't like his hands.
Wow.
Why?
Big old wall sausage
Your mum
fingers.
liked them.
We're gonna have words.
You walked into that one,
gonna- we're
Stan.
gonna have words.
You walked into that
We're
one.
gonna have words.
Nah, you walked into that one, like,
We're gonna have words. You and me.
you know.
Anyway, got any more facts?
Nah, mate, I think I'm done out of facts because there's just too many you could cover. Do you know what I mean? That's the problem.
There's a
I aimed
lot.
it to be an hour because I knew we could play in that dating
There's too
simulator
many you
game.
can talk about, so we run out.
You ran.
No, I've got more. Do you want me to give you another fact?
Give
No,
us a-
no, it's
Nah.
okay, Rob.
No,
Give a
no, no,
small-
I'm going
give
to
a
give you another
small
fact, boys. I'm going to give you
small
another
one.
fact,
Okay.
right? Neptune has only completed one orbit around the sun since its discovery. Neptune takes a whopping 165 years to complete one full orbit around the sun.
Didn't
Since
think
it
he
was discovered in 1846, Neptune only finished its first full post-discovery orbit in 2011. Demoted planet Pluto is yet to match this.
Mate, that's
It's not
fucking
even
bullshit.
close to
How does he do
completing
that?
one full.
Its orbit is longer than my lifespan. What a fucking selfish cunt.
I know, mate.
Outlive it.
How does he do that?
Spite it.
Find out about the
I will
Great
have a
Attractor.
son and drink his blood on the regular.
What the fuck is the Great Attractor?
Nah.
That speaks to my core curiosity.
Let's not find out about that at
Why?
hometown now, innit?
Wait a minute.
I'm tired,
The
Glenn.
Great Attractor is a region of gravitational attraction in intergalactic space and the apparent central gravitation point of the Laniakea supercluster of galaxies that includes the Milky Way as well as about 100,000 galaxies. The observed attraction suggests a localized concentration of mass having the order of 10 to the power 16 solar masses. However, obscured by the Milky Way's galactic plane lying beyond the zone of avoidance. What the fuck is the zone of avoidance?
Mate, there's 100,000 other galaxies in there.
Mhm.
There's life somewhere in there.
How do you know though?
You
just
don't,
obvious,
but it's
innit?
like the chances are that there is, right? Doesn't mean, it doesn't guarantee that there is.
It's like
but if there's so much stuff out there, there's quite a high chance that there's life, right?
Oh, one of like I mean, this is a very different thing, but I watched a thing on like the is it the Library of Babylon. I didn't realize how because the whole idea is that every piece of literature that ever will be and ever has been made is in this library. But what that also means, it has no filter, so a lot of it will just be gibberish. But you will also still find works of art, but it will be incredibly hard to find. Anyway, the point being is that there is infinite possibility that there is life out there. But how will we find
There's
it?
also an infinite possibility there's not life out there.
Nah, I disagree because we exist, so it's not infinite.
Yeah, but we could be the freak. We could just be the utter freak, and there's an infinite chance there might not be any more life out there.
No, there is.
No, there's an infinite chance there's life. There's an infinite chance there might not be any more life. Like,
At the very bare minimum, there's alien life bacteria out there. Bacteria isn't a product of us.
it's quite scary to think though, innit? Like, what if we were the freaks, like, and we've got
We're the
like,
anomaly on the graph.
Yeah, or we're the first ones ever, and we don't see other aliens is because literally we are the first.
I think we're a hive. We're like Avatar. We're all one.
I like to think the Star Trek way would be pretty cool, that there's progenitors that literally seed planets and we all look the same when we all meet each other, just with deviations. Like, that's what Star Trek proposed, right? Where it's like everybody in the Milky Way galaxy was seeded by one race, and that's why they all look so similar when it comes to it. And I thought that's quite a cool little theory though, innit? Like, that could potentially happen.
But we have nothing to state that anything else looks like us.
Yeah.
Hello.
What if there was like a species that like, so when you reach a certain point of civilization, like the Mass Effect relay, they introduce you into it, and time is just overlapped. You're all at different points in time, but they just bring it all together.
Like slightly shifted out.
Yeah.
You heard the scary one that basically aliens don't come to our planet is because we're a quarantined planet. Basically because we've
We'll
got
give 'em COVID.
because we've got death on our planet. Death isn't a thing that should exist, seemingly, and the fact that we die is a disease that they've not been able to cure. So they quarantine us on Earth.
How very bleak.
Maybe.
Well, I've been curious then.
You know? How would
Look
you
up the Hat Man of Kentucky.
the Hat Man?
That doesn't sound like something to do with space.
Well, you'll enjoy next week's podcast. Kate's bringing Timu products in for the boys
Exciting.
to try.
Oh, you mentioned progenitor. Now they will be crabs, mate. Everything in life returns to crab.
Sick.
I forget the reason why, but no, it'll be crabs.
Mate, I played a crab game recently. Nothing returns to crabs, mate. I'm not a crab's treasure, mate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, bro. But it is 10:30. Oh, it's 11:15. Why did you tell me to stop earlier?
He did try to tell you.
I did.
He did try to
Well,
tell you.
show me where you said that, mate. I never heard you.
Nice one.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's because crabs are optimal forms.
Are they really though?
They
Then why are they so tasty?
Because they're optimal.
They're optimal.
How,
Exactly. Even in death,
Do you
they
prefer crab or lobster?
I don't like see. I take the piss, mate. I don't like any seafood. I'd rather shove it. I'd rather eat your arsehole rather than eat seafood, mate.
Fair enough.
Someone said there could have been oxygen-based life forms. I
Mate,
wonder what the fuck that would look
There
like.
might be energy-based life forms for all we know, like, and we could be the anomalies for like a bag of fucking meat.
Yeah, they could be like just floating among us.
There's a book called Bag of Meat.
Hey, look, he's jacking again.
The other thing is there literally is like a book I'm sure called Bags of Meat, and there's like aliens observing us going, oh fucking hell, how does this life form exist? It's like they don't understand.
But how do we riz the gas?
Well, I don't know, Stan, you couldn't resist.
You have it.
That sounds dangerous.
Can we put it in an aerosol?
Jake Pollock.
All right, Rob. You want to finish up?
And that's the podcast. Join me in 2 weeks' time, Kate next week. Stan will be risen again in 2 weeks.
What are you doing in 2 weeks' time?
Oh, that's not been done because we're past me at that point. No, not. Yeah, I've got something. Cryptoids.
Cryptids.
Cryptids.
Do you know
Mothman.
do you know what a cryptid is?
Me.
Yeah.
Like the Mothman.
Like Mothman. What else?
Dracula. Why wouldn't it be?
I don't think he's a cryptid.
Why wouldn't it be?
Hi, Remy.
You've
Sonic.
actually thrown me through a loop. I need to.
See?
Sonic
We'll
the
find
Hedgehog.
out. You'll find out in 2 weeks' time when me and Stan will go out and bring on the best cryptics across the entire
Cryptids.
globe. El Chupacanara.
El Chupacabra.
Or Chupacabra.
Yeah. Man, bear, pig. Why is it man, bear, pig one?
It's not real.
Al Gore says it's real.
It's good for him.
Okay. We'll see you next time. We say goodbye. Remy barks. Goodbye. Woof woof.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Remy, speak.
Speak, Remy.
Speak.
Speak.
Speak. Remy, speak.
Oh.
Remy, speak.
Bye.
Speak.
Have a beautiful time.